Hello there, YouTube. This is Tycooners 2, coming back for episode 32 of our Let's Play in the Zoo. We are almost at the end. We're just hanging out here right now above the tiger display I did last time. Again, I want to apologize for the audio problems last episode. I didn't catch it until it was too late, I'm afraid. But you can see I've already gone ahead and done a little construction. I went ahead and did the rest of our path for our jungle area. And so you can see, as predicted, I do think we have space left for just 3 exhibits. There's going to be a little exhibit here. There's going to be a little exhibit here. And there's going to be that medium exhibit in this kind of funky-shaped area today. What's going to be in that exhibit, you're asking? I know you can't wait, and I'm not going to make you. I'm going to put in the Javan rhinos. I've been teasing them pretty much since, well, halfway through our Africa display. Lots of requests for rhinos. People are mad for rhinos. People can't get enough of rhinos. I'm frankly getting tired of saying the words rhinos in this sentence, so I'm going to do them now. Keep up my promise. Not going to forget. Let's go ahead and bring them up, and of course, we're going to be doing, keeping it with our rainforest theme. We're not going to be doing white rhinos or black rhinos. We are going to be doing Javan rhinos. Javan rhinos, they do come with the, I believe it's the endangered species expansion that comes with like the actual Microsoft game. I am going to be using the radical remake version of them, however, so it's going to look a little bit nicer than the kind of cartoony style that Microsoft gives us. I also have the Sumatran, but I'm going to keep it with the Javan. Keep it with the Javan rhinos. I think they look a little bit better. And I haven't pre-planned this one. You know that since we began the jungle area, I've kind of started out with like a sketch of exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this one a little more free-formed. Starting with, I don't even know what kind of fence I'm going to put in. Because it's a limited area, is the reason I didn't sketch it out. I don't think this is going to be an especially long episode. Of course, I'll probably end up proving myself wrong. Do I want to just use... No, I don't think it's going to be a especially long episode just because it's a smaller area. And let's find a different kind of fencing, something... Oh, I think I already found it. Yeah, I'm going to use the stone fence, low stone wall here. Because even though it's not exactly what we've been using for the majority of our rainforest area, we've been using the white stone sort of building stuff that came from Ruben and Sophie's designs, the link to which is, of course, in the comment box below. But I'm going to use this low stone fence here, because it kind of matches that, but it also is an exact copy. It just gives a little more variety without really hurting the overall decoration. And you can see I'm just building this fence to be one off the path. No, I think it go here, here, and here. So I think that's going to be the size of our rhino display. That still gives us plenty of room for a little display here and a little display here. Question I'm going to ask myself now is, do I want to try to put into a guest viewing area? No, actually, I don't think I do. I think I'm just going to make this something you can walk around at. And the reason I'm doing that is because there are several places on the path we have right now where you're not going to be directly looking at animals, like this area right here. You can't quite see the orangutans from here. You can't quite see the compys because there's too much forest built up. If you go down this path here, you can't see the tigers because you're just looking at the wall. So I kind of want this area for you to be able to see rhinos here. And I'm also going to want you to be able to see the rhinos pretty clearly from here. So you're not just staring at this wall. I did put this wall up, I guess I should mention, just as a barricade between our entrance area and our jungle area so they didn't bleed over. And it also gives me a good idea of the outline. So, well, let's go ahead and dig into it. I'm bringing up our Javan rhinoceros here, and I'm pretty sure... In fact, I know for a fact it's tropical rainforest because that's how I searched for it, but let's go ahead and paint that in real quick. Paint, 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 we love to paint, 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 we love to paint. Just fill this in real quick, real quickie, like that, okay. And so what kind of housing do our, let me get rid of that so I can see it clear. Probably gonna go, I do like these stables. It's called the Savannah Stable. I have no clue where they come from, although I'm probably guessing It's Ruben and Sophie's design. It is still my intention, I should mention that it is still my intention to kind of, once this Let's Play is done, to post a video with a walkthrough of the entire zoo, but also include links in that video so you can download the map, so you too can walk through the zoo, and also links to download all of the mods. Do I like that there or not? I think that's going to work there because, like I said, the areas I want you to be looking at it is basically around these corners. Yeah, that's a good idea, and I'm probably not going to make any buildings for it for this particular exhibit, just because I do want to keep it simpler. I'm going to put in a watering hole, I think. Where do I want to put the watering hole was the question. I think I'm going to put it here. Am I? No, I'm going to put it here. Right across this border here. Kind of bring it out a little bit. And I'll make this little kind of jet here the zookeeper entrance. I think that's a good idea. So, let's kind of build a better fence for that. Since that's going to be our zookeeper space. We'll use this guy, the low stone link chain fence. This is what I use for the bulk of our copy exhibit. But just a little something there. Okay. And what kind of things do rhinos play with in this world? I think they're good for at least the salt lick. Definitely going to use the salt lick. That's a reskin. I forget where that reskin comes from. Probably going to use the scratching post. Or, no, not going to use the scratching post. Let's give them a tire that will bob in the water here. And give them a barrel. How about? Put in a plastic barrel they can knock over, charge and knock over like the big monstrous rhinos they are. Okay, and then I think I'm going to go on to rocks. Not tropical rainforest rocks. I'm actually going to use the more generalized rocks. And what I'm going to be trying to use these for is to sort of frame the display. Like I said, I've got a couple areas where I want guests to look in. And so the areas where I don't want them to look in, I'm going to build up with these rocks. So I kind of want you looking more at the... Well, here, I'll make the back... Yeah, I'll make the back area here kind of rock-laden, maybe? Let me think about that. There are those benches here for the Okapi, so I want this to be a clean area where you can clearly look. Let's put some rocks that are right across from the entrance to the orangutan display. So that way it kind of encourages guests to continue to go to the orangutans. So you can see that the benches are going to have a clear view there. Let's go ahead and grab some rocks around here. I don't really want you looking directly at the rhinos instead of at the tigers. Let's get a smaller one though. Small but high, yeah, like that. Because I don't want to block off the zookeeper ability to get in, but I do want people to be looking at our entrance to our tigers. And then what I think I'm going to do, just to kind of build it up a little bit, is that there. And we'll put some general rocks around the water area just to make it look a little more realistic, a little more natural. These rocks are really good. I want the zookeeper to be able to walk in. There. Do. And probably going to build this up with rocks too, so that way whatever exhibit we put in this area, people will be forced to look at it. In fact, we might just do this as a solid wall of rocks, now that I'm looking at it. And I don't mind cutting in on the stables a little bit, because that stable's got enough room for, I believe it's 4 rhinos, and I doubt I'll put more than 2 in here, if I even put that many, because it is a smaller display. We don't want our rhinos to feel overly cramped. Do 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 do. Zappa doo doo wah. There's a place that is magical and full of rain. And we'll grab the teeny tiny rocks just so we can decorate them out. Make it look a little less obvious that this was sort of manufactured by humans. And then I'm going to put, I think, some big rocks just going behind the stables here. Okay. So hopefully the intended effect now is that we've kind of put a viewing area, one across from the benches, one across from the area where you're not directly going into the orangutans, one across from the area where you're walking between the orangutans and the tigers, and one when you're leaving the tiger area here to come around. So we've got some nice viewing areas, hopefully. Before we forget, let's also make sure that our rhinos have food to eat. Okay, I believe rhinos are herbivores completely, right? And they're kind of really fearsome cows in actuality. So let's put down that fruits, which work extremely well. Put down a substrate maybe with bamboo. Really? Bamboo? Let's just put down grass. I think that might be a little too close to the salt lick. Let's rotate it so we can play with it a little more in that area. Of course, I don't know if they drink. Well, here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to hide the stable water trough behind a rock here, and then I'm going to do a similar thing on the other side just in case they're not totally into drinking from that little pool. I think this will work fine if I put it there. Very cool. And yeah, that's pretty basic. Let's get to laying down some plants. I don't know if I really want too much going on. Ferns I'm going to use. What is this? It's from the wrong part of the world. Well, I think if you know me by now, you know I do love these particular bushes. Do I feel like I need to hide the stables? I really don't think I do. But I am going to sort of bushy up the corners here. Not there, because I don't want it to block the view. I'm just going to use these also to disguise our little feeding water areas. So definitely one right there. And definitely one to kind of block off our zookeeper's area so you don't see it as well. Maybe a few more rocks on that other side of the water hole, just for realism's sake. Smaller rocks, please. Let's get like these little guys. Okay, and I think I'm going to take some of the low rainforest grass here. That's regular rain, tall. That's the opposite of what I want. And we'll use that to cover up the substrate here. Kind of fill that in. Cover up the fruit there. And I guess before I forget, I should actually put the doors in the zookeeper area, because that's something I'm likely to forget if I don't do it right now. So, one right here, and one right there. Okay. And we'll need to put a roof on that. I'll probably forget that too. Let's go ahead and start grabbing some trees. Are there any interesting trees recommended for the Javan Rhino, or do we want to stay with what we're using for the bulk of the area here? Banana tree. Well, that's what we're using for the bulk of the area anyway. So what we can do is, since it's such a tall tree, use it to frame the back here, I think. What is this? The elephant tree? That's a Duran tree. Unfortunately, it's not a Duran tree. Ah, I made a funny. That looks like a place where I can put a tree. I wasn't really planning on that, but I think it looks pretty good. Again, just trying to be careful not to block the line of sights from those areas where we have the we're inviting our guests to look. Trying to think. Doesn't look particularly rainforesty enough yet. Let's go ahead and grab that other kind of bush I was using earlier and use that to fill out the area. I think there's a good example of it. Well, maybe not there. Okay, never mind. Nope. That might be it. Yeah, that's the kind I'm looking for. I'm actually kind of amazed I was able to tell that from that distance. Let's zoom in. I'm doing this from too high up. I should be in so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, we want to put in some more grass, I think, in that area. Ooh, traveler's trees. I do love traveler's trees. I'm in the wrong thing for grass. That's why I can't find it. I'm going to go with the regular one for in here. In fact, oops. Let's build this up a little bit by adding some thicker grass to the back of it. Okay. And like I said, I really didn't have this pre-planned. Let's switch into guest mode and take a look around, see how it's doing. Okay, so obviously this would be coming from the other side, not coming from Africa, but those rocks block that off fairly good. And what does our rhino display look from this side? Fairly good. You can see that salt lick, but you can't see the water, or the watering trough. You can see the pool, which is good. I want to be able to see the pool from there. And as we continue closer to our tiger area, I need to do some planting over here, kind of fill that in. Does it obstruct our tiger area? A little bit, but I can move the tiger statue closer, which is no big deal. So this is that sort of open walking area to get from the orangutans to our tiger exhibit. And oh no, there's some lag. There we go. It's fixing itself. Can you see very clearly? Now I'm looking obviously directly at the water, as you can see here. You do see the stable in the background, but I don't think it's overwhelming, so I'm okay with it from that view. Let's continue to try to walk around. So the big stone is directly in front, or it should be directly in front, yep, of the entrance to the orangutan outside area, so that's good. But if you're leaving the orangutans and hook around, yeah, you see the stable there. It does look like a little underplanted. I'm going to have to put some more things in from this angle, but that's okay. I might remove one of those bushes on the left-hand side so you can see the water better from there. And from this angle, this is going to be like the area if you were sitting on the benches. Again, it's looking a little plain, but nothing we can't fix, just by some few small botanical treatments. So let's go ahead and do that. First of all, I am going to get rid of this and that, just so you can see the water plainly from that side. And we're going to take some of this normal-sized rainforest grass and sort of replace it with that. We're going to have that also coming out of here and diving into this area. And now I need to get some plants that are kind of taller than the grass, but shorter than those frondy things. Well, those are pretty. Come from the wrong part of the world, but they're pretty. Horsetails, that's again the wrong part of the world, but they're not even pretty. Maybe some large ferns I can use. Yeah, some ferny ferns. don't like that one as much. Let's not use that too many times. I like that one a lot. Let's use that. And because we don't want it to look like the ferns have magically all grown on one side, plop one down over there. I'm thinking there's something else I was using in this area, or in the rainforest part of the zoo, but I can't think of... you know what? I might be thinking of my other current Let's Play, my co-op Dino Zoo with Animal Genius. The playlist is on my channel and his channel. I'm having a lot of fun with that already, even though it's brand new, so I'm just putting in a shameless plug here. And I think we're just about done. What I'm going to do is put a fence around the walk area here, and then plop in our rhinos. Plop in our rhinos, put in a zookeeper, and then I think that's going to be it. Like I said, it's a fairly simple display, but it is right in the middle. If we switch to the map mode here, it is right in the middle of all of our other displays. So it's good for something to catch the eye as you go around this U-turn here in our zoo area, in our rainforest area of our zoo. Yeah, okay, that looks fantastic, I think. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab the fence. Question is, do I want to continue to use the same fence I'm using for the outside, that net fence? That might be a little too intrusive. What else should I use? Oh, you know what I'll do? This is something I actually just did in one of my exhibit tutorials. That's not part of this Let's Play. In the it was the emu exhibit. I can't believe I forgot that. It was only a couple days ago, or a day or two ago, that I recorded that, which is another excellent video I recommend you check out. But I use this. It's called the Rock Tank Wall. I think I got this from Tycoon Round Table. But it's a really cool. Not only is it a really cool tank, but what you can do here is, if I get it done, is because it has sort of this rock facade, both the top and the bottom. What I can do is drag down. Oh, come on, stop lagging. I can tell the zoo's almost full because I'm starting to have lag issues. It's not as bad when I'm not recording, but it's pretty bad right now. But what I'll do is drop these guys down to the bottom height, and then it'll just look like a rock path, which is a pretty good looking rock path. I don't think it's going to cause a problem like conflicting. Come on, come around with the rocks we've already put down either. Whoa! Okay, that one zoomed me so far out it threw me back to the entrance. And there's farmland. We need to go this way. There we are. Okay. And I'm actually going to leave that open just so the zookeeper doesn't have to climb over a tank, because it would put the tank wall entrance in, not that. Okay. And we're not going to need that. And then we just drag these guys down to the bottom. And it makes a really cool version of a fence. And you can do that with any tank wall. There's another version, I don't have it currently installed, but if you get the Paranoia pack, it also has a thing with just like rocks on the bottom that you can do a similar stuff with. Down, please. Okay. And then I think I'm going to take the... what's this? Oriental lilies. Maybe put some Oriental lilies in the space in between? No, they're too sparse. Let me just take the normal height rainforest grass and fill in the area with that. And I might also put some stones and logs down to kind of fill it up. And we'll just do this area real quick, and we'll switch into guest mode and see how that is. Switching down. And it looks like that grass is a little too high, actually. It's kind of cutting into our view. So let's switch that back to a Oh, one of our ostriches just hatched. Okay, let's switch that back, and we'll switch that down from the regular grass, to the short grass. Oh, I'm getting Skyped again. So, short rainforest grass. Short. Scoot a little bit, thank you. And around the corner. I think... I thought there was a dead log already in here. Let's just go with a few... Well, here, let's switch to guest mode. Take a peek, see what it looks like before we start making any more changes. Nice, healthy layer of dust as the construction settles. And the goal here is just to make it look like... Just make it look like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good, just so it's not completely abandoned. I do like that better. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and finish putting some short rainforest grass in. Then we'll cut right back to you with our placement of the Javan rhinos and our zookeepers and a last look. Alright, welcome back from that quick landscaping. So let's go ahead and actually put in our rhinos. Rhinos are pretty big. They take up more than a square. I think there's going to be enough room for 2 rhinos in there. Let's try putting in 1 male and 1 female for now. If we get a bunch of complaints about size, we can always just sell off one of them. Unfortunately, space is kind of limited at the zoo now since we're almost completely full. I never thought the day would come. Okay, I'm over it. Put you down here. And of course, we want to make a zookeeper before I forget. Alright. Rhino Keeper Hodges. And that's your area there. Alright, so let's unpause and take a look around real quick to make sure it came out the way we wanted it to. Okay, so obviously here's the first viewing area, which would be right across from those benches. So yeah, you can obviously get a really nice view of our rhinos here. In fact, let's go ahead and capture that. That's how good that view is. I want to save it in a memory. Memories. In the corner. Oh, there's a rhino tongue. So cute, so cute. Going around here, obviously that big rock means we should be looking the other way, which would take us to the orangutans. But let's see how it looks from this area. Yeah, that's a lot fuller now, a lot better looking. Of course, we can still see our rhinos from there. Let's continue to tuttle around and take a look at it from in front of the little lake from there. Yep. Oh, you can see them walking nicely through there, sniffing around, checking out their habitat. There's the entrance for zookeepers, of course, with that staff-only sign I plopped down. Forgot I wasn't recording yet, but I think you get the idea. And from this angle, this is probably the most obstructed angle, but you can still clearly see the rhinos. Looks like one's actually coming towards us right now. Yep. And let's go ahead and see. So, what our goal is then is to take care of this area here to our left. Put in a decent sized display, and then there's going to be one little itty bitty teeny weeny display that goes into that area there. So I am still looking for suggestions for episodes 33 and 34. Since they're so small, they might just be one episode. I don't know. It's up to you. It depends on what you pick. If you know what animals you want to go into here, or what animals you want to go into here, please let me know. Just leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for spending time with me today as I finally fulfilled my promise to put a rhino in the zoo. Thank you so much. See you later.